You're listening to the No Tekkers podcast.
No Tekkers podcast.
No Tekkers.
What? Man said Bon Gerard.
The No Tekkers podcast.
Come on, man. Let's get it.
Right. You're now listening to the No Tekkers podcast, episode 32. I'm your host, Braz, my co-host, Quartz. And we have a special guest in the building, man like Warren Grant, Coach WG.
There it is. Special guest.
We're in the present YouTube great.
Special guest nowadays. Yeah.
Special
Right,
guest.
I'll take that.
How you been, man?
I'm all right, you know.
Yeah,
I'm all right,
good,
yeah,
good,
cool.
good to
How are
see you. Good to see you.
All right.
I'm good, man. I know. You like the first one?
Yeah. You know what it is? Last time I saw you,
Yeah.
I had hair. Right? The mad thing is, right, I've come here, right, I'm thinking, this will be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah.
You put me in front of a light, beaming, clean. It's a stitch. I already know what this is about. You know, I've got you sussed already.
You know what? Braz told me to put the bigger light that side.
Got you that sussed.
So wanted to get you down. Obviously, you're a footballing man, coach.
Yeah.
Now, how long you been coaching for?
Since I was 18. So
A lot of years, basically. A lot of years.
14.
A lot
it's
of
a
years.
long time, actually. I've never
Yeah, a
really
lot of
thought
years.
of it in like that, yeah. 14 years.
What got you into it? What?
Obviously, at 18, normally people are just
Do you know
Still
what?
playing.
Want to be the
Do you know,
baller.
honestly, such an organic thing, I swear. Think about it on the way over. So I was at college, and when I was at college, I went to college, so I wanted to do football coaching. That's what I put in my yearbook. I want to be a football coach and stuff when I left year 11. And then went to college, and I went on the wrong course. I did sport and fitness development, right? And I didn't. I remember saying to his name's Skinner.
I remember Skinner.
You know Skinner?
Like,
Yeah.
He's at
He's
Orlando.
He's in America.
Yeah.
And I remember saying, Skinner, when do we actually start coaching on this course? He was like, what are you doing? And I was like, he's like, it's not a coaching course. I was like, what? Anyway, cut a long story short, I was in a smoking shelter. I don't smoke. But I was in a smoking shelter with all of these. I think there must have been a load of girls or something in there that I was like, yeah. And then one of the tutors came in and said, we've got a level 2 course coming up at the weekend. Someone's dropped out. Does anybody want to do it? I was like, yeah, me.
Yeah.
So I did the whole course. I had never done the level 1. I just went straight onto the level 2.
Yeah.
And then by the time that I realised I hadn't done the level 1, I'd already passed the level 2. So I was like, happy days. And I know I wanted to be a coach, but how that first started coming around was just very organic. I got my level 2.
Yeah.
And then I knew what I wanted to do then. So it was, like I had the first step on the ladder and I was happy days. So.
Yeah. So now you have a UEFA A.
A license, yeah.
How was that journey? Because I know that is not easy to obtain.
Do you know what? It's not. It's a really difficult one. I don't even know how to explain the journey to you. It's just a lot of hard work, sacrifice, hours out on the field, hours away.
Would you say you've put in 10,000 hours on the pitch?
Nah, probably. Do you know what? I don't know. They talk about these 10,000 hours. I could talk about that forever, but I'm not sure I got 10,000 hours yet. If you include your hours off the pitch, right? When you're planning your preparation. And stuff,
Yeah, definitely.
I wouldn't be far off.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, cool. So now you have your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
11,500.
515.
15 subscribers.
I had a little check, dude. I'm not precious about it.
checked it before you walked in, did
I'm
you?
not precious about it.
And just talk us through, what do you do on your YouTube channel?
Yeah, so the YouTube channel, again, I think, say organic a million times today.
to be honest, that's the best.
Yeah.
It just happened, right, where...
You didn't set out to be, what, YouTube money is the way forward.
No, not at all. And now that's what I want to do as a second income. Uploading coaching videos. I feel like when I was a coach, I spoke to you about it earlier, when I was a coach and you're looking for a session plan and you're looking for an idea, you'll have a look at a session on the internet and it's literally like X's and circles and somebody might have wrote a session on a notepad or whatever and passed it in a piece of paper that's all scrunched up.
Yeah.
And I always used to think like, I love watching sessions. That's what actually got me into the academy.
Yeah.
I was just there watching every single week.
Yeah.
For years. I thought, wouldn't it be great if I could start uploading my own content, where I film other coaches delivering, mic them up and everything, and upload it. And so, there's a few sessions on there with plenty more to come. Yeah,
dope. So do you coach still now?
At the moment, no. At the moment, no. So I've got a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old. I work in a school with year 9, 10 and 11. You know what? Like when I had my first child, it's weird, and this is going to get deep now, right? But I've got a 4-year-old, and when he was born, I was still coaching and working in a school. It was 7 days a week. It was Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 12 hours out the house. I wouldn't see him on them days. Saturday morning, I'd get up, I'd be out the house because I'm coaching. Sunday, I'd be out the house anywhere in the country for a game. Yeah. And like, I was just putting more time into developing other people's kids and not my own. But then when I had my second kid, I was like, this ain't happening again. Yeah. And I can tell, like, they're my kids, so I can read them and stuff. But my relationship with my 2-year-old and my relationship with my 4-year-old,
different.
They're different, yeah. There shouldn't be. Like, listen, I love them both to be.
Yeah, no.
Do you know what I mean?
It's the reality.
But I know that them core years when Xavier was 2, when he was younger, I missed out on key moments, and I wasn't prepared to do that again. So at the moment I'm out, there's going to be opportunity for me to get back in again. Yeah, of course. And whenever that happens, and whenever the time's right for me, I will.
Now, you was at Albion coaching for a while.
Yeah. The whole time.
How many years?
12.
12 years, okay.
12 years, yeah.
For me, we're talking about maybe like in recent times, I'd say Albion and Blues have had the best product in the like youth development.
Yeah.
So like the U23s players like Rayon Tulloch, Morgan Rogers.
Yeah.
For me, these are like quality players.
They are quality.
How on the inside now? How do you view that success? Like, what do you think about
success?
Success. Well, how do you view the success of that club in being on the other side of the fence?
Like, from the time that I was there, Albion were hugely successful, you know, in terms of producing players. Like, I think I don't know what the stats are now, but all of a year and a half, 2 years ago, in terms of productivity, they're up there amongst the biggest academies in the country. Like, And
what do you think that's down to?
Do you know that the community that West Brom, the academy serves, I genuinely, wholeheartedly, I believe that it's the community that they serve. Like, it's just outside Handsworth, right? It's just the other side of West Brom. You got it's on a tram route. It's on a really important bus route, 70s.
The motorways right there.
It's easily accessible.
Okay.
And they're just getting these. It's not just raw boys that they're getting, but they're getting these boys that ordinarily wouldn't have an opportunity.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, these boys, they're athletes, you know, technically very sound, and they're getting these boys that would never have an opportunity and giving them an opportunity. And that's what I put it. A lot of it, I put it down to that. Obviously, they've got very talented coaches and all of that as well.
Yeah.
But coach is only as good as the player in front of them.
Touching on, you said a talented coach. What makes a talented coach?
Got a YouTube video on that.
Just link that in the insert the plug right there in the
description. What makes a talented coach? Then the number one for me is relationships.
Okay.
The number one. Because you could have every coaching badge in the world. If you can't relate and you can't hold a positive relationship with a player, you've got no chance. Let's go back to education. Look, your best teacher, was a teacher that had the best relationship with you. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
Facts.
And so there's no different. Being a football coach, you're a football teacher, aren't you?
Yeah.
So get that relationship first. That is the most important. And obviously you've got to upskill yourself.
You got to actually know what you're talking about.
Of course you do. But the most important for me is relationships. And other people will say different, by the way.
Definitely.
You got to have.
I'll give you a funny example. During my coaching tour when I was in America, I met this Greek coach.
Yeah.
He used to wave his UEFA B around in the air, like, I got my UEFA B. I'm like, all right, let's see what you got.
Nothing.
mate.
Yeah, there's a lot. Do you know
Mate.
what? There's a lot of them. There's a lot of
They-
them.
Mate.
Because I think people think the UEFA B certifies you as an expert, but they don't realize that.
it gets even funnier. So UEFA B is what you got to put in like 180 something hours.
Okay.
To get it, yeah. Don't quote me, but it's around. You got to put in a lot of hours. So I asked him. I said, "Oh, how did you get yours?" He's like, "Oh, we've done a crash course. Got it in 2 weeks."
Yeah, that's crazy. That is. That's
So I was like, "Yo, in that country, they might be giving them out like,
like Skittles, fam.
But you know when you like, and this is going sort of off topic, but we're talking about UEFA B and stuff like that. Did he do it in England?
no, in Greece.
Yeah, I'm gonna say because I know in some countries it's hard
Yeah,
to get them.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I think England-
Germany, a UEFA B is like, if you get an A license in Germany, it's like, whoa, like,
yeah,
Because is it stricter over there than it is?
yeah, and there's more of them.
yeah.
In sadly, in England, being a coach is still a hobby. Do you know what I mean? It's like not many people do it as a full-time job. In Germany, it's not as a profession. It's treated as a profession.
Yeah.
It's not treated as a profession.
Do you think
really.
do you think that's the difference? Straying further off topic, but in terms of you look at the German academy, German players, and the German teams, do you think that's the difference in terms of how they treat coaching there as opposed
Well,
to
if
here?
you think about when they scrapped everything and changed everything, it was after England beat them 5-1. In the immediate aftermath of that, they changed everything and went, no, right, we're not having this. Yeah.
Wait there.
We're not.
Whoa,
Whoa. Yeah, hold on a minute.
We ain't getting beat by you lot.
Listen, who's scored a hat-trick again? Michael Owen. That little midget scored a hat-trick. Right. I'm not having it. On a serious note, they scrapped everything, right? And went back to basics and went, this is the route we're going to go. We're going to go youth development, blah, blah, blah. And look at them now.
Yeah.
Because they had essentially they had the balls to do that.
Yeah.
Big thing to do.
Yeah,
Fair
therefore.
enough.
How do you rate the Bundesliga?
I used to love watching it, right?
Yeah.
I don't love it as much no more. I don't know why. I don't know why. I watch a lot of football. Got a box and that. You know what I mean? Cool, get a new channel. I'm not going to say what it's for.
I got the same box.
You know the box I'm on about that.
You know what? I got a box. I know
We all
what
got
I
boxes.
I got a USB.
Got a little remote.
Yeah.
So I used to love watching every night. It's just not football or not. Oh, I'll stick the Bundesliga on, but not be in.
Where would you rank the leagues? Top 3 at the moment.
Oh, you know what? Right, I knew you'd do this.
Because there's a lot of disrespect. A lot of people say it's a farmers league in
Not as much as League On.
You know what? I brought this note.
Someone said it's a development league.
I knew you were going to get me. You know? I knew you were going to get me. Right, you put me on the spot, yeah. Right, okay. So, I think, in terms of, I don't think you can argue that the Premier League is the
benchmark.
Is the funnest. Is the most enjoyable, most exciting,
the most exhilarating.
I don't think you can argue with it because the numbers don't lie.
Yeah,
right. The numbers don't lie.
PSC would not be happy with you.
However, I love watching La Liga, and I still think La Liga is by far and away the most technical league. If you want to watch football in its purest form,
and that's excluding the Giants, the Madrids, the Athletic.
Even listen. Make no mistake about it. Mid-table teams will slap teams in the Premier League. I'm telling you now. The bottom of La Liga would batter the bottom of the Premier League. I'll give you an example, right? When Man United were doing well, doing all right now, aren't they? Actually, but when they were doing well a few years ago, I had a guy, a friend called Mike. He'd went and done a club visit at Atletico Bilbao.
Yeah.
They're
decent.
Yeah, but at the time they weren't.
Yeah.
At the time they were like mid-table.
They're signing man for like 9 years.
Yeah, they were actually having a poor. year. They battered Man United home and away in a European competition. And Man United were like, I think they were up there with Man City at the time. I can't remember the exact. Somebody will quote us, I'm sure, but like that's the standard. They were so much technically better than them now.
Yeah.
It's again, it's an opinion thing,
yeah.
isn't it?
Well,
some people will say otherwise.
What would you put that down to? That the Spanish league has more Spanish players, so then it brings forward the Spanish culture the Latin culture of tiki taka. Because where I've coached, and I've coached all over America, like Latin places, you go, like you know, the Colombians, Dominican Republicans, Puerto Ricans, and so on.
Yeah.
they are very technically gifted players.
Yeah.
Just I don't know if it's something they eat or whatever. Just out the womb, they're technically great.
It's the sun.
You know what I mean? But I would put that down to what you're saying is that that's just because they have more Spanish players in the Spanish league.
Do you know what? It may well be,
Versus England is just like a melting pot of
Different
everybody.
styles.
Yeah.
And it takes like the manager like Pep to come in
Yeah.
and change the way everybody plays. Now everyone wants to play. Keeper plays that to the centre back by the penalty spot, loses it, and then it needs a goal.
Yeah.
So I just put it down to like the culture, but I do understand what you're saying.
It could be, and do you know what? As well, one of the things, and we all joke about it when we been on lots of tours. I've been to Spain on tour, Germany, all of these countries and stuff with the boys. And one of the big things I notice is like the culture of the coach. Their coaches are harsh, mate. Mate, like they are harsh. Now we'll be like, come on, you can do better. Like they're like treating them like first teamers. Like, come on, you put my mad in the faces and stuff. You kids are 10 years old.
Yeah, but
like,
playing devil's advocate, though, doesn't that give that mindset and mentality
From early
to a first team environment from early doors?
Listen, I don't think it's wrong. By the way, I'm not saying it's
No,
wrong.
I'm asking. Because I do agree with that a lot of players in this day and age, especially younger ones, are treated a little bit too nice.
Yeah, because it's about development.
Yeah.
You've got to know how to win as well.
Yeah, because it's nice to be developed. It's nice. I'm big on development because it's about how you nurture talent. But at the same time, you have to be realistic to the environment that they're going to go into.
Yeah.
And first team environment when managers are dependent on results aren't going to be, come on, you can do better. It's going to be a different level of pressure. Absolutely. Now, how do you handle that if you've never been exposed to it?
It has to be about development at younger ages, right? But you have to want to win.
Yeah.
You have to want to win. And if you see a player that's happy not winning,
and
they're not a player.
But then you're kind of almost encouraging, you're hindering their development by just saying, "Oh, go on, then you can."
Participation
nice
awards.
Yeah,
them ones. Participation awards. I know them ones.
No
what's your thoughts then on? Because there've been loads of discussions about the U23s being or academy kids being protected when they come to the men's game.
Yeah,
they just fade away.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on the step between U23s football and then to men's football?
Naff, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
It's a bit. Yeah. There's a lot of between grassroots and academy. There's a massive gulf, right? Then you go up the ladder and you go to a academy sort of towards the back end of your journey. It's then first team or under 23.
Yeah.
That's another jump. Under 23s to first team. That's another jump. There's just jumps all over the place, isn't there?
Yeah.
And I guess that's where the Spanish and the Germans have got it nailed on. They've got leagues, haven't they? They've got leagues that they've got B teams in.
Yeah.
Get B teams in, it's got to mean something. Listen, if you don't win, boys, you can't feed your kid. Obviously you will be able to feed your kid.
No, I know, but
you might, you might
again,
have to take a 50% pay cut if we go down.
Yeah.
You've got bills to pay,
but again, first team pressures.
Exactly. Real pressures. Because listen, money's in the game, but you still got bills to pay.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But you're losing the under 23s, and what's the worst that's going to happen? You'll be running up hills on Monday because the managers, do you know what I mean?
We said the running's got to stop at some point anyway.
Exactly, at some point, the running's going to stop, and you're going to go home. Happy days, so you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You ain't going to. The worst that's going to happen is you might not break into the first team, but you might break into somebody else's first team.
Yeah.
No, I think this should be.
So are you a fan of U23 players going on loan to League One, League Two to get some men's football experience?
Absolutely love it. And I think Albion have got that bang on the way they do it. I think they're absolutely class for that.
Okay, cool.
This is an Albion plug show, by the way.
No, it's not. Sorry,
just throwing that out there.
Chelsea have got the biggest. Chelsea throw a load of players. Do exactly the same.
Yeah, but Chelsea does it on a business scale, though. They're not actually. They're just like, you borrow him. It's like rent. We rent it to you. You give some money back, and we're just making it like that.
What's your thoughts on the England U21 at the moment? Because AD
they got knocked out today, didn't they?
Yeah.
It's sad, mate. It is sad. I can't talk about my opinions on other people as coaches and stuff. Do you know what I mean? But you've got to get a song out of the under 21s. It's got to be a reason why.
Yeah.
hasn't happened. I don't know what the reason is.
Because
but
these under
they're so
21s,
talented.
yeah, are the like not this World Cup, the next World Cup. They're predicted to win. That was the shout from when they won the last,
World Cup.
last one.
And you know what it is? I know coaches that are involved in that.
Yeah.
We've got a guy called Danksy that's a specialist coach with them, and
Mm-hmm.
he's one of the best coaches I've ever had the fortune of working with.
Yeah.
Can't sing his praises highly. So I don't know if he's still involved with them at the moment, but it's just odd to see them not picking up results. But
How much? When does it go from the coach's responsibility to player accountability?
as
Because,
soon as they step over that line,
but this is what I'm saying, because I know a lot has been said about AD Buford, but my thing is it doesn't matter to a degree, because if you follow his instructions to the T and it works, it's still the onus was on you because you had to execute what was given to you. So then, if it's not working, it's still the onus is on you.
Well, he picks the team, don't he?
Listen,
I know,
he's
but
an excellent coach, by the way. He's an excellent coach,
Yeah.
like top, like world class coach.
Yeah, because Lee Carsey speaks highly of. They were working together.
He's on my B license.
Yeah, he's a G.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So they speak highly of him. But I'm saying to you, when does it become the player's responsibility? Because I don't feel it's fair to just say it's the coach's fault for the results not coming, especially when you look at the talent pool that is actually there.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be losing realistically.
There's always a fall guy though, isn't there? There's always everybody wants to pin it on someone.
Yeah. Well, isn't that the manager's job?
I guess so.
If I come to your house
Yeah.
and the lights are off,
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask you, Mrs. why the lights are off. I'm asking you.
Yeah. Let me go one step further. I'll throw this one straight back at you then. Right? Isn't he he's not the director of the FA, is he? So he's running on. So he's the under 21s manager,
Yeah.
but he's not. He doesn't oversee everything. So I guess the teams in a brand of football that he might want to play, he probably can't play. I don't know that this is true, but he probably can't because England have got this DNA. And truth be told, he might not agree with that DNA.
Yeah. They don't take the job.
True. That's a fair.
Don't take the job.
That's a fair point. But listen,
They'll be like, you know what?
But you're not gonna turn it down though, are you? Even right now, bro, you rip that off. Yeah.
If they come to me and said play hoofball, and a national team come to me and said, "Yeah, I want you to play this way," I'd listen. My DNA will be gone, mate. Scrap that. I'll be there. I'll be throwing
Hoofball is the truth ball.
Get it forward, boys. Come on. Yeah, straight away.
Fair play. But yeah, man, I hope to see them to do well.
Where did they go from here though?
I mean,
Who the 21s? Where do they go?
That's the question.
There's no Europa League,
They need to break. Well, they should be making that jump as you were talking about from 23s to first team.
Yeah.
But off the back of this result, do you think any of them will
They're
or
all
can?
playing first team football. I don't even know I don't like. It's mad, right? Because I support Ireland, right? So I don't really follow England, too much. And obviously they're on the telly, so you can't help.
Yeah.
They've got players in. Isn't Mason Mount? Wouldn't he be a 21? Or is he slightly older now?
I think it's
Mason Mount.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's a few players in the first team
yeah.
that you would go, hold on a minute, could I not play 20? Because Ward Prowse is playing.
Yeah, 20.
In
They
the
could
21,
play 23s.
Because you can have 2 or 3, can't you?
Yeah.
Over age. But wouldn't Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham, I don't know if they're 21 or older yet, but wouldn't they be around that anyway?
Yeah.
Like Bellingham, wouldn't he?
Bellingham should be there.
But
Yeah.
but in Spain and them other countries, the 21s play 21s.
Oh, they don't put.
No, they do let them if they're like out
Exceptional.
of this world, yeah. But like, and Jude Bellingham's a top player by the way. But he'd probably in Germany. There is a boy very similar to him that's playing in the German 21s. That's
So is it because they make it the standard is so much higher to get into the first team?
I couldn't give an answer, but it must be. That's the only thing to put it.
Well, according to Roy Keane, as long as you can trap the ball, you play national.
Play for England, yeah.
You can play national
That
football.
quote was unbelievable. I'm thinking, hold on, I went in the back garden and started chucking a ball and my touch is still there. I'm thinking, hold on.
What, 3 lines in your chest?
Right, listen, I had a call from Jamaica the other day.
Was your
And a
uncle?
man asked me, how come I'm not kicking ball for the reggae boys? Really? I said, they ain't call me, mate. So, I don't know.
Jamaica I used to be no more, They getting posh with it.
Like I don't answer withheld numbers. So I must have I thought you were PPI.
Right. It's that time of the show where our guest does the quiz.
Hold on a minute. Special guest.
Special
Half an
guest.
hour ago.
Yeah.
That was guest, yeah. What's this?
Some wild shots you made. Nah. So these are the rules of the quiz. You get 3 minutes
Yeah.
to answer 10 questions.
Okay.
We take your first answer, so don't say something wild and
Okay, yeah. Okay.
expect to not get put on the highlights.
Yeah.
And what else? You get a point for every question you get right. And I'm missing anything.
You can pass and come back at the end.
Oh yeah. So if you don't know a
Can I make
question,
notes or not?
yeah, sure. If you want to write down the question,
I mean,
Yeah,
if you want to use your 3
yeah,
minutes
it
to
works
make to
smarter,
write,
not harder. I don't mind.
I don't need that.
So, Quartz, you got the time.
Uh,
You're gonna count the points as well since Mr. Bundestats is not here.
Who's the winner, by the way? Who's the winner at the moment?
Currently, it's
Mr.
Jordan,
Mr.
Mr. Bongerard. He said
there's a
Bongerard.
lot of fire in this room.
There's
Okay,
been some
come on.
wild shouts as well. So,
What did Fran get?
5.
Oh, I need to beat that.
What are you trying to say?
I have to beat Fran. Taught him how to play football. Ask him. If he didn't ask him.
I'll shout him. I'll show you watch this and you'll message me. Right. Are you ready?
Come on, let's go.
I'll start after you ask the first question.
Yep. All right. Question 1. Who is Albion's most expensive player in the history of the club?
Selling or buying?
Buying.
Pereira.
Incorrect. It was Oliver Burke.
Oh, God, I should have known that. That's poor.
Question 2. On the final day of the season, 2013, West Brom drew with Man United 5-5. Who scored Albion's 5 goals?
There's more than one answer, though.
Yeah.
Lukaku?
Yep. Hat-trick.
Yeah. Malumbu?
Yep. That's the one I thought you would have struggled with, to be fair.
Lukaku, Malumbu.
You remember you can pass and come back.
Pass.
All right. Question 3. Who has made the most appearances for Albion?
Tony Brown?
Incorrect. Chris Brunt.
Minute ago.
Name me 3 Albion players that have had an England call-up.
I'm going to suck her in. Nah, honestly, Tony Brown is the highest scorer. You know.
wasting time.
Chris Kirkland.
Yeah. Hold on. Chris Kirkland.
Yeah. Was it West Brom? He's played for England? What?
Well, while he was at Albion.
You seen that? You not clear with the question?
I was like, name me 3 Albion players that have had an England call-up.
Okay, Jake Livermore.
Yeah.
Oh my days. I am struggling, by the way. It's got warm in here, you know. Is that half of it?
See.
Okay, pass.
All right. Question 5. Name me the 5 Albion managers before Allardyce.
Pass.
Pardew,
Yep.
Pulis,
Yep.
Darren Moore,
Yep.
Jimmy Shan,
Yep.
and Megson, interim. That's right, I'm telling you now.
What about Bilic?
Yeah.
That's incorrect.
Okay.
Question 6. Who's the most decorated manager of all time in the Premier League?
So Alex.
Correct. Name me 5 Argentinian players currently playing in the Prem.
Aguero.
Yep.
It's that West Ham guy. You know what? Yo, oh my gosh. Oh, start again.
I had a meltdown.
I don't even know. Lanzini.
There we go. Yep.
I'm on a roll now.
You got 10 seconds.
Come on, next. Come on, next.
You want to pass that one, yeah? Who's currently the most decorated manager in English football? So I'm looking for the manager that has one with the English team on
Time.
the most.
I'll get to answer that.
Yeah, you get to answer
Yeah.
that. It's just
So I'm looking for the manager who has won the most with an English club. So FA Cups, Premier Leagues,
Oh my
European
gosh.
Cups, Premier League titles.
Currently managing or just?
Yeah, currently managing.
No, I'm not asking for a clue. Can I include managers that have?
Yeah.
Sir Alex and it, surely.
Nah.
How?
Well, currently, I'm something currently.
See what I'm saying?
Let's
I
go
was
currently.
asking that.
Yeah, it's currently managing.
Okay. It's not worth any points, is it?
Yeah, if you get it right. Yeah.
This could be the difference between you being bottom and not.
Most trophies.
Yeah.
Can we just add the fact that this question has just gone on for ages?
No, it hasn't. David Moyes, yeah. I don't care. Throw it out there. Let's get it done.
David Moyes.
No, it's not Moyes. I'm melted in it under pressure. You know, like
That's David Moyes.
I was talking like a new footballer earlier. I ain't got a clue now.
What is that? What is David Moyes? What? Is Jose Mourinho?
I forgot about him. I forgot about Mourinho.
Jose Mourinho has won 9 trophies with English teams.
I'll be honest, yeah. You know, he didn't even cross my mind. Honestly,
I thought a member that said Pep, but Pep's there.
It's warm, yeah.
Oh, man.
It gets hot in there, isn't it? I turned the heating off.
I felt serious pressure.
Listen, that is funny.
I felt serious pressure. So when's the real quiz then? Starting again from.
So let's go through questions. Question 1: who's West Brom's most expensive player?
I know that.
It was Oliver Burke. You didn't get that.
I know it now.
You passed on the second question. It was James Morrison. Was the other one?
James Morrison. I was going to say Shane Long.
Who had the most appearances for West Brom? You said Tony Brown.
Do you know who Tony Brown is?
I have no idea.
You've disrespected me.
Chris Brunt was that one. England, name me 3 Albion players that have had an England call-up. Livermore, Carson, and Saido Berarino.
Oh, yeah.
Or you could have said Brian Robson as well, if you're going back that far.
Go call up, yeah. Just call
Yeah. Name me 5 Albion managers you did, but you forgot Bilic and
The most recent one.
yeah, the most recent one. Yeah,
Man went all the way back to interim managers.
Yeah. It was Bilic, James Shan, Moore, Pardew, and then Migson. Who's the most decorated manager? You got that one, Sir Alex. 5 Argentinian players currently playing in the Prem. You said Aguero, Lamela, Lanzini, Lo Celso, Caballero, Martinez, and Federico Fernandez.
Emi Martinez, the keeper.
Yeah. He was currently the most decorated manager in English football.
Mourinho.
Jose Mourinho with 9 trophies. Question, you didn't get to question 9 and 10, but I'm going to ask them anyway, just so you see if you know. Name 5 Spanish managers that have managed in the Prem.
Guardiola.
Yep.
Rafa Benitez.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
There's one that was at Albion as well.
Oh yeah, Pepe Mal.
Yep.
Does that
one day Ramos.
I used to play for Bolton.
Karanka was there.
I was thinking there's a guy that used to play for Bolton. I can't remember his name. No.
Roberto Martinez, Javier Garcia, and Flores as well. That was at
Kiki Sanchez.
Then the last one. Let's see if you can get this one. Robbie Keane has played for 11 clubs in his career. Name me 5 of them.
Wolves, Coventry, Tottenham. Oh God. Wolves, Coventry, Tottenham. Where else has he been? Go on.
Leeds,
Yeah.
Liverpool, West Ham, Villa,
Yeah, I forgot about
Inter
that.
Milan, Celtic, LA Galaxy, and then ATK.
He's had a few, boy.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a keeper. I told you last time. There's a
Yeah,
keeper.
the 29
Got
clubs.
29 clubs.
Really?
Yeah, back in the day when he used to keep with your bare hands, no gloves.
29 clubs.
Right, you managed to get
One. Yeah.
So now
Not
you're
bad,
tied.
though.
Relegation, mate.
Is it going to be a playoff between?
I might get both of you on just to see.
Yeah.
Who was
Luke Vernon, the comedian,
Yeah.
Villa fan.
Yeah.
That'd be a good derby
Have
as
to
well.
beat them.
Because of the buzzing?
You know what I mean? Right, it's that time of the show. Fraud Watch. Welcome to Fraud Watch, where players, managers, or anyone involved in football have bamboozled the world into thinking that they are better than they actually are. Fraud Watch. Ooh. So,
It's me, and it because I got one.
Who is it? I thought you were a better coach. I think you had more knowledge.
So, if you don't know what Fraud Watch is, it's basically a player, manager, anyone involved in football that has bamboozled the world into thinking that they are better than they actually are.
Okay.
So some of the names that are currently on there: Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Tammy Abraham, Dan James, Thiago.
The Liverpool version.
Yeah, the Liverpool version. Yep. Adama Traore.
Yeah.
It's based on
Have you just said
the
Thiago?
season.
You just said Thiago.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is my thing with Thiago. He's definitely one of my top 3 midfielders in the world. However, his Liverpool career isn't what his Bayern career was so far. So he hasn't been on smoke.
It's zoomed in. It's kind of right now. We're not looking at the bigger picture.
And I'm thinking,
Oh no, in general, he's a baller.
Manager wise,
It was
Chris Wilder was on there.
But he's gone.
He's gone now. He's got the sack.
Yeah.
Someone did.
Who else? What's Arteta?
Did someone put Bilic on there?
Bilic,
yeah.
Pepe. And yeah, that's it so far. So, is there anyone that strikes to your mind where you think he's stealing a living? Barfi or Walcott?
We'll try and quickly go through some players. Do you know what? I've got stealing a living's harsh, but I've got one that I think is. You know how I said I'm rash?
I love the disclaimer before the show.
You know I said I'm rash, yeah? And we'll get to this point in a bit, but... And I'm not saying he's on Fraud Watch, yeah? But
this is Fraud Watch.
Yeah, okay. I'll come back to that later.
Yeah.
Is there what player is stealing a living?
I'll give my shout.
Go on.
Iwobi.
Alex Iwobi, he's dreadful.
Sorry. Do you know what it is? Yeah,
go on.
He's just been so under the radar. Man, I completely forgot. But
his hair's growing longer.
Fam, it's because he don't touch pitch no more. But fam, when he was at Arsenal, and then obviously when he got the 30 mil move, I thought, okay, cool.
He might be able to do it.
He might have bossed now.
He still got Tourette. He still got Tourette. He still got Tourette.
Mine's Alex Iwobi.
I'll tell you who's been poor, really poor. Martial.
Yeah, he's on there too.
He's already on
there. Yeah. But that's a I think double down.
Yeah, he should be so much better.
Yeah.
So much better. So he's probably in for me. He's already on there though.
Yeah, Aubameyang's on there as well.
Wow.
Do you think Jesus should be on there?
Well, if you're throwing Aubameyang on there, I guess you've got to, haven't you?
Aubameyang's been poor this season.
Jesus hasn't exactly pulled up trees. He plays for Man City.
Yeah, fair play. There's an argument to say that he was there to replace Sergio. Yeah. I don't think he was brought for that. Yeah. I think he's quality. And remember, he's only 20,
he's a very good player.
23.
Oh, he'll come good and he'll prove a lot of people wrong.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Fairs. I did not have anyone that stuck out in my head.
He's definitely one, boy.
Yeah.
Radar.
He has got some of the worst end products. It's mad.
But then this is my thing when people say about professional footballers in the Premier with no end product. I'm thinking, what do you work like? Isn't that something that you should be?
Big man, you train every day.
Beat the first man. Just
I
please.
don't personally understand it because what else are you doing with your time? Like,
Big man, you train every day.
Just get some mannequins, yeah, and just run past them and whip it.
Get an under 18 that wants to.
Yeah, Roy Keane used to say that about Beckham, didn't he? Said that was what he was brilliant at. He'd beat her, get half a yard,
whip it. Yeah,
that's it. He'd just practice.
I watched when we were talking about the legendary games. I watched United Madrid Champions League 2003. Yeah, and Ronaldo scored a hat trick. Oh, mate. What when Beckham came on, he was on smoke.
He was
smoke.
People see Bex here, and just because he's known for the glamorous side of
He's actually quality.
Forget how good he was.
Wherever he wants.
Yeah.
In any country.
Do you think he's overrated?
Who, Beckham?
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay.
I'll tell you who is overrated, and this is the point. I'm glad you've asked that. Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes.
Go into
Paul Scholes.
Scholes. You're gonna hear me out here.
Big man, listen, I'll hear you out all day. I'm just saying to you.
Let me focus it.
Yeah, there'll be no man. Yeah, you be getting.
Okay.
Go on.
Right. So here out. Right. So hear me out. So hear me out on this. Yeah. Right. Roy. Paul Scholes, right? Wonderfully gifted footballer, yeah? Wonderfully gifted footballer, right?
The sandwich.
No, shit sandwich, yeah. It's like, he's decent, yeah? Got dropped in the Champions League final, yeah? For Park Ji-sung, right? Tell me any other world-class player, any team in the world in a Champions League final, if they're that good, that would get dropped. Would Xavi, would Iniesta, would Busquets, would David Silva, would Kevin De Bruyne, would any of these players get dropped? So that's my first point.
We're talking about 2008?
That
final?
Yeah. So
he just came back though from retirement.
No. He was no. He should be playing. Yeah? Listen, if this guy's world class, he should be playing. Right?
I'm just saying it. He bought his boots from Sports Direct. All right, go on.
A bit more, yeah, right. Bit more. Couldn't tackle. He couldn't tackle. Yeah, I think we were unanimous on that.
Listen, that has to go to a poll.
Hold on, he couldn't tackle. I think we agree that.
Yeah,
surely we've got to agree that.
He's no Gerrard.
He's not. Listen, you've got to be athletic to play in the Premier League, but he's not the most athletic, is he? You know what I mean? You wouldn't class him as. Would you class him as a mobile? I don't think I would. Right? How long was he at Man United for?
Since '92.
How many times did he win Player of the Season for him? I'll tell you the answer if you don't know. Add this in the quiz. 0. Win it. How can this player? How can he? I just feel like he's a wonderfully gifted footballer.
Yes,
that people don't actually manage on.
He's a wonderfully gifted footballer.
Yeah.
He's got better since he retired. That's my opinion.
So do you feel like people just shout Paul Scholes just because?
Is it nostalgia?
It's nostalgia.
He's a player, mate. He's a player. Like I see it.
What are you saying? He's not Iniesta and Xavi level.
Here's one. I've seen these posters. Yeah, you've probably seen them at certain places of all of these players talking about Paul Scholes.
Yeah.
You've seen the posters.
Yeah.
You ever heard anybody say it?
People say Zidane said Paul Scholes was the best.
Did you hear Zidane say that?
But you know what's funny? The other day I heard our next man say Zidane said Gerrard was the best player he's ever played against. I was like, when did Zidane play against Gerrard?
I mean, this is what I said. I love the argument because it's the side of the coin that people don't actually mention.
When she said it's against the norm to kind of challenge.
And I'm not for one knock. Listen, he was a wonderfully gifted footballer.
But it's not at the level that people are trying to put him at.
People are like,
So you're Gerrard and Lampard over Scholes?
Probably not. Maybe not Lampard, Gerrard, definitely.
Okay.
Vieira over.
Jeez. Right. Let's go to our poll results. So every week we do a poll. That Paul Scholes is overrated will be this week's one.
People will be like, nah, what's the other?
Do you know what? If they watch the video, if they watch the episode, they'll get the context.
Yeah, therefore.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's a poor player. I just think he has been hyped.
Scholes, you ain't levels according to you.
Right, so we had a discussion last time PSC was on about the Man City strikers because he is stuck on. Yeah, okay. He's a big fraud because he says he was brought in to replace Aguero, yada yada yada. But I don't
know if you can replace him.
Right. Well, I said, if you're gonna put Jesus on there, you need to put all the other Man City strikers that come before him.
Yeah,
like your Joes and your Freds and
Joes and
all the rest of them. And he said not Dzeko. So I said, let's put it to a poll. Who would you prefer in your team?
Oh wow,
Dzeko or Jesus?
Oh my.
So
that's
63% of the voters voted for Dzeko.
It doesn't surprise me, you know.
And I hear it because he's a strong. I'm not saying he's rubbish. He's a good striker. But I would prefer someone like Jesus as my nine.
I think when you think about strikers, I don't know about you, but automatically I start thinking about pacing behind. That's one of the first things I think of.
There you go.
I'd want a player to be pacing behind.
Yeah, after last man.
Yeah, that's
In
natural.
off a free
That's
ball.
what I think. But Edin Dzeko is probably going to be my pick. At
Yeah.
some point that'll change because Jesus is going to tear it up at some point.
Yeah.
But
You actually
Edin
believe he'll
Dzeko-
come good?
Pardon?
Okay,
Yeah,
so when you say
he
come,
just-
when you say come good, what would constitute as him coming good?
20 goals plus a season.
Has he ever? What's his highest goal return? Actually, I'm gonna look.
20
that up.
plus a season's good, isn't it?
Yeah,
But
it's very
Is that-
good.
is
That's
that-
the
is that-
benchmark. But I'm saying, do you
Yeah.
think he can reach? I don't. Has he even?
On paper, his numbers are okay. They're good.
His numbers are okay. Like the ratio is meant to be alright.
Yeah,
isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
'Cause,
He's
like,
he's
he
not-
doesn't start many games.
Yeah, he's
So
not
Quite often when he starts, he scores.
rubbish.
No, no one's saying that.
But
We're
yeah,
just talking
he
about
was
20.
63%. So PSG won that one. Next one was Courts put Saint Maximin on fraud watch last week or the week before.
On the basis of I was expecting more from him in terms of getting a new 6-year deal.
Yeah.
I'm talking about when you see a player put a club on its back, like Wijnaldum did when he was at Newcastle, comparing to those levels.
Yeah.
I just don't
You think
see
it's better
it.
than Loire at Portsmouth?
Do you know on him though? The thing about St. Maximin, right? Didn't he, like, I don't know how true this is, but didn't he nearly die? He had COVID? No, serious, straight up. I swear to God.
Well,
Recently, yeah.
I mean, if that's the case, then I might have to rescind
my missus is she's a Geordie, right? And so got family all up in Newcastle
Yeah.
and stuff. Big Newcastle fans. I'm in a group on WhatsApp with a load of Newcastle fans. I swear to God, he nearly died. So
Really?
he had COVID bad.
Wow.
So it doesn't surprise me that he's been poor this
Damn,
season.
Courts.
It should feel
I
bad now.
mean, how am I supposed to know that?
I think he was really ill though.
And if that's the case, big man, you get blinded. Don't worry about that, Paul.
We gonna do the poll anyway.
When I've seen him play, I've always thought he's all right. He is like exciting. He probably won't be at Newcastle for long.
He's
Well-
a victim of Wijnaldum's success in it.
56% of the voters voted no. So it wasn't
I mean,
that bad. There is kind of a big portion.
so
of
people can see what I see.
Yeah.
COVID and fair play. They can't
Yeah,
really.
yeah. So
Man's fighting two different kind of battles. Man's fighting relegation. And man's literally fighting for his life as well, fam. My bad, G.
So yeah, that was a polls. This week's polls. If you have any poll suggestions, please comment or DM us on Instagram. Right. So every guest, we do this every week, picks their all-time Premier League 11 manager and formation.
Looking forward to this one.
Wazza said there's loads of shocks.
And he also said Paul Scholes is crap.
To be fair, quick question: how highly do you rate Alan Shearer?
Yeah, he's up. Listen, he's up there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Is that a token he's up there, or is like I'm talking about your personal?
Of course, you've got to rate him. He's not.
No, I know we got to rate him because he's all-time goal scorer. Yeah, we get that. I'm talking from a
But
personal
would-
perspective.
would he get 20 goals a
'cause you just
season
said
in today's
when you
game?
think of a striker, when you think of a striker pacing behind, it's like sure,
He's
ain't gonna
not
run
in
it
my
behind.
team. Mate.
Blackburn Shearer, maybe.
He's not in my team or the bench. I'm not. Yeah, mate, either.
Right.
That's
So
mental, that is.
let's start with your manager.
Yeah, managers. Hold on.
And draw for the
I want
notepad.
to give it all.
Listen,
away.
he's got stats as well. Like,
Peter Schmeichel.
okay, fairs. That's a good shout.
No argument. Yeah.
Yeah. Who's your manager? Sorry.
Guardiola.
Okay, Pep. Fairs.
Yeah.
Just because the way he plays football.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fairs.
The brand of football I buy into. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Let's start with your right back.
Big one. Yeah. Lauren.
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
I'm just like okay,
Invincibles, Lauren.
Invincible.
Oh, okay.
not the other one. Just that season.
I think he's right. I think one of the most underrated players.
From that squad,
No, in the Premier League.
really.
You never see him be there. He's invincible. Fullback. God. Yeah.
Fairs. Centre backs. Who have you got?
Real and Vidic. Real and Vidic.
Fair play. Can't get him.
I've sort of gone for balance as well. I've tried to.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought about it. Most of you just chuck the people, the big names they like in
I
there.
was throwing names out and then I was going.
That's not gonna work.
Like through John Terry, I was like, nah, I was flirting around it. And I was like,
Rio. Cool. Left back.
everybody will have the same. Surely, Ashley Cole.
Yeah. Therefore. Right. Now you've gone with two.
4-1. I've gone goalkeeper 4-1-3-2.
Okay.
Okay.
So who's this DM? 4-1-3-2.
Yeah, I've gone for holding midfield Patrick Vieira,
Okay. And then the 3 in front.
Ronaldo wide right,
Yeah.
Giggs wide left.
Yeah.
So this is the one where I said I'd make my mind up in here. David Silva,
As opposed to who?
De Bruyne, Gerrard,
And why David?
magician, mate.
He's,
Can't get near him.
I've heard the.
Like, he's a magician.
Nah, it's just a magician.
Like stats wise, plenty of assists, plenty of goals. Like,
It's like-
what he brings to the game, he's moving to joke. I know Gerrard's hard to leave him out, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, but I'm not to be beaten by a masterclass.
In that position, behind the 2 players up, I've got in there. Up
Yeah.
as well. You
Why? I'm interested to why have you gone Giggs?
can't argue the longevity of someone's career. If you're playing at the top end, the very top end, pretty much your whole career.
But if this is your dream team, so we're talking about a one-off game.
Yeah.
All these players are in their prime, and you're going with Giggs.
Well, it could have been Arjen Robben or it could have been Hazard. For me, Giggs.
Yeah. Okay. Fairs. Strikers up top.
So,
Right,
okay.
Do you want to explain before you say it?
No, I'll get to it. Yeah? Because this is, I've got one that's a dead set. Thierry Henry's a dead set.
Yeah.
Now, this one, right,
This is-
this might cause a bit of a stir, but I can explain it.
Big
Yeah,
man,
go on,
the
go
floor
on.
is your team. You can't explain nothing.
Andy Cole.
Whoa.
Nah.
Andy, okay.
Listen, go
Hold
on.
on. You know what? I anticipated.
Now you know he is an official Lengman now.
I
Explain.
anticipated. I anticipated it. I anticipated it.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You know that
Okay.
causing heat, bro.
So, yeah, we'll go. Yeah, 187 goals. Yeah, 73 assists in 414 games.
He's like third on the list
on.
or second or third on the list.
0.45 goals per game. Yeah, let me tell you something, right? How many penalties did he score? How many of those 187 goals were penalties scored?
I don't know how much.
Should I tell you?
Yeah.
One. Yeah, one. Right? So all of his goals, yeah,
Out play.
from open play,
Yeah.
right? He is by far and away the leading goal scorer in the Premier League from open play. There's nobody anywhere near him. Shearer's nowhere near him. Take his penalties away. Take his free kicks away. He's nowhere near. Now listen, it's a goal's a goal, isn't
No,
it?
100%.
So you
but you
can't
have to
ignore him.
No, no.
Listen, open play.
Well, penalties are penalties are givens. in
Yeah,
my
they are.
opinion.
But he could have took him. He didn't. But the point I'm trying to make is he's got that record without taking penalties. That's special, and people don't realise.
And don't give enough credit for
They
it.
don't give enough credit.
I
for
respect
it. At all. I mean, he's pipped Aguero to it.
Yeah. The stigma around Andy Cole is that it took him 5 chances to score 1.
Yeah, and imagine if he was to take 2 of those 5 chances, you'd be talking about like, listen, for him to be getting in them opportunities.
Yeah.
If he misses, Thierry Henry will start. So yeah, I've got, my bench is all right as well.
Yeah. Go on, is it?
On the bench, like Aguero, Bergkamp, Company, Lady King, De Bruyne, Gerrard.
Lenley King's a good shout. No, I don't.
He never won
Someone,
anything.
I don't think anyone mentioned him.
He got honourable mentions when we first started doing
Yeah,
it, but,
yeah,
but
yeah.
obviously
He
for
does,
obvious
like,
reasons.
a lot of players talk like
No Jonathan Woodgate.
Stop me. Yeah, Thierry Henry. I think if somebody like him says the hardest defender he's played against was Ledley King, and that guy's playing with one knee every week,
Yeah.
Crazy, bro.
you can't disregard.
Yeah.
You can't disregard it.
I think that was the most thoughtful 11 that we've
Yeah,
had.
yeah,
'cause
definitely.
That had balance and
That's one where the Andy Cole shout is. I didn't know that.
You know what it is? That's why I said I love the other side of the coin with Mancom with the stats to back up. That's
Yeah.
why I appreciate stats because you don't put the statistics out there.
Yeah.
Face value, Andy Cole.
Yo, Andy Cole, what do you mean you've no Aguero? You mental, man. No Rooney.
Aguero, like-
How has Rooney not got into that? And then you go, all right, okay.
So when you break it down, you know, that's the sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. Therefore, right. Warren, it's been a pleasure to have you on.
No.
Where can the people find you on social media?
Coach WG1.
That's on.
I'm on Twitter. My YouTube's Coach WG. No space.
Okay, I'll put it all in the.
Yeah. Brilliant.
all up here.
After the quiz.
You good?
You know what? I want to go again. Honestly, I'm going to have a word with myself. I properly let myself down. I'm so angry.
I'm thinking, yeah, in 6s and 7s.
Do you know what the thing is, right? I swear, and this is mad. You don't realise how I'm so competitive.
Yeah.
I probably won't sleep properly tonight.
When you sit in that seat, yeah,
The pressure's mad.
you know that, and you know what? It's only 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I think, the fact you said 3 minutes threw me completely.
Yeah.
Right.
Crumbles.
If you'd have gone, right, you've got until you answer the questions. I reckon I'd have nailed them. I've got a notepad out, start making notes. Take my time.
Episode would have been too long.
Man, that is in the exam.
3 minutes. You see that gif of that guy just sweating. I'm just like, I felt so warm.
David Moyes!
You know what I'm on about? You know that one I'm on about?
Yeah, the geezer's sweating bullets.
He's sitting there, it's dripping off him. That's exactly what
Yeah.
I'm about.
You know, it's funny. I was gonna. I'll tell a story now. When we was at Russell,
Yeah.
I remember on my birthday, I turned 17. Skinner started me in it.
Yeah.
I've had the worldy first half.
Yeah.
We was playing Chasetown in the cup.
Yeah,
remember? And we're winning 2-1. 87th minute. You know when Skinner went through that little Mourinho phase when he started wearing a long coat and
Passing notes on the
yeah. So we he's brought you one, yeah, for me, and you gave away a pen.
Did I? You're lying. Have I? I meant to.
Chasetown.
Hold on a minute. You're telling me I was on the bench?
Yeah, he was on the bench.
I must have been injured.
Yeah.
I must have been.
Come on. And you gave away a pen. They've scored a pen. It's 2-2.
Yeah.
And then they won on pens, mate. I was fuming.
Man said the story these times you don't know he's the culprit.
I must have been injured because I don't remember sitting on no bench.
Listen, I just remember I was a K-man and it was like a pen in like the 80-something minutes.
So the long and short of the story, you lost because Warren came and gave away the pen.
I ain't say all that, but
Boy,
I'm not
I'm just giving you the logistics
I'm
of what
not sure
happened.
the centre half said would have started ahead of me. I'm not convinced yet.
Listen, I'll never forget. I was fuming. I said, "How we lost on pens?" I never spoke to no one on the coach ride home.
I don't remember that.
But yeah, again, thank you. Appreciate you coming on.
No, thank you.
We'll definitely get you on to redeem yourself again later on in the future with a quiz.
Please.
Whenever you want to come, mark us up down at Create One.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Therefore.
I really enjoyed it, lads. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Big up the sponsors. Create One Academy, of course. Merch is out currently. Tracksuits, hats, all of that. Also, Beer Energy. Yeah, keep it locked. Peace.